Hey everyone, Michelle Alexandria here, coming at you with a video on why you should buy an OLED TV. Why it's not the worst thing in the world that a lot of idiot haters and asshole YouTubers want to make you believe it is. Because it is actually a great TV, and there's a reason why OLED TVs are consistently ranked amongst reputable reviewers and consumer product report sites as the best TV you could buy right now. There's a reason for it, and it's not because they're paid shills or any other crap that certain a-hole YouTubers want to tell you. No, it's ranked the best because it actually is the best. And I'm going to tell you why it's the best and the most well-rounded TV you could buy. I did another version of this video where it took me 35 minutes to explain this, so I'm going to try to explain it in 10 minutes, and I'm going to run my timer on my phone right now, and we're going to go. Now, before we start, I'm going to say yes, burn-in is real. Burn-in is an issue, but it's not as big of an issue as most people make it out to be, as the haters make it out to be. But burn-in is an issue, and hopefully LG will fix it with the C9 and C10, and it's not always going to be an issue. The other thing I want to say about burn-in is I actually had it on my TV. But it doesn't make me hate the technology. It just means I had burn-in. That's all there is to it. I had burn-in. I got it fixed by LG. Life goes on. And I've never once said burn-in doesn't happen. I just said I've always said it happens. It just doesn't happen as much as most people make it out to be or claim to be. LG OLED is not a perfect technology. LCD TVs aren't a perfect technology. What pisses me off is when a bunch of a-hole and douchebags do video after video after video on the one issue, or I see people harping on it in my comments, and they act as if the LCD TVs are perfection and nothing goes wrong with LCD TVs. No idiot would ever make a video saying why you shouldn't buy an LCD TV until now, because I'm going to do that video in the next couple of days. And no idiot would ever say just because one Samsung TV had flashlighting, every single LCD TV in the world is going to have flashlighting. No one says that. But people have no issues saying every single OLED is going to have burn-in. It's guaranteed. You're going to get it in 3 or 4 years if you don't have it now. Comments like that pisses me off to no end, because it just shows total ignorance. It shows your fanboy arrogance and idiocy that you would even make such a stupid comment like that. Not all TV, the panel lottery is real, and if you get a great panel, you should just be thankful and be happy. The reason why, the number one reason why I like LG OLED TVs and OLED technology in general is the fact that other than the burn-in issue, you really don't have that, when you get an LG TV or OLED TV, you're going to pretty much have the TV you're going to have out of the box. I mean, granted, again, you may get the burn-in. Have I mentioned burn-in enough for you asshole haters? Have I mentioned it enough? Can I not mention it anymore throughout the rest of this video? Yes? No? I don't know. Because nothing I say is going to make you people happy. So anyway, I like the picture quality on LG TVs are outstanding. They're superb. Do you have a million? If you don't, first of all, when you have an OLED TV, you have a million different picture options right off the bat. So let me go over here to picture mode and show you all the different picture options. You have vivid, you have standard, you have APS, which is the auto power setting. You have cinema, you have sports, you have game, you have HDR effect, medium, low, high. You have Technicolor expert mode, where the people at Technicolor themselves calibrated the picture. You have expert bright, you have bright room, you have expert dark room, which were done by professional calibrators. So out of these 11 modes, you're telling me honestly that you can't find a preset that you don't like, that you just can't deal with? And if that's the case, that's fine, because each mode calibrate this TV to your heart's content. It's one of the most calibratable TVs you could buy, actually. So you can go in you can also change your picture settings yourself. So you go in here, you have a lot of times I keep my stuff on eye comfort mode. I don't like to show what my settings are, because settings are a personal thing, and I don't care what your settings are, and my settings may not be to your liking, and I'm not going to fall into that trap. But you go to picture mode, and you have OLED light, contrast, brightness, sharpness, color temperature. And to people who say that OLED had the blue tint bothers them, well, you can change that. You go to color temperature, and you can go anywhere from W50, which is warm 50, all the way up to C50, which is cool 50, and that's where you start to get into your blue tint. What a lot of people who hate on OLEDs don't tell you is they set their TVs to vivid so that the camera really shows off the blue tint. But the blue tint isn't that big of a deal, especially in real life. I actually like the cool colors because it adds a certain bit of brightness and pop to the picture. The other thing I really like about it is you can actually go down, you set your stuff once, and you can apply it once, and then apply to every single input you have. So that's why I really like OLED TVs. So we're at 5 minutes. Okay, so this video is going to be 20 minutes, but it's still shorter than 34 minutes. So once again, picture settings, you have a lot of different picture settings you could choose from. Audio quality is brilliant on this TV. And this is one of the few TVs, I don't know about if there are actually any others. I know Sony loves to tout their speaker system, their speaker setups and everything. But one thing LG never really promotes is the fact that it has built-in Dolby Atmos on the speakers. The speaker system is 4.1. It's a 4.1 surround speaker system built into the TV. Yeah, it's not going to be soundbar quality, but it's pretty darn good. And you have built-in Dolby Atmos. You have a bunch of different modes you could choose from on your sound. You have Dolby Surround, Equalizer, Reset, and sound modes. I'm not quite sure how I activate that. So you have that, and I'm going to show you for 2 minutes exactly how good the Dolby Atmos sound is. So I'm going to go over here. And I'm trying to go fast because I don't want this video to go 35 minutes like the last one did. So plus I'm going to run out of battery power soon. So here, let me go over here. I'm just going to play this and let you listen to it.
You are about to experience a revolution in entertainment technology. The fusion of Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos transforms your TV into an entertainment powerhouse. Dolby Vision is cinema HDR that brings TV to life with dramatic imaging, astonishing brightness, color.
Come on, that's built-in.
Dolby Atmos.
That is built-in sound. That's coming from the TV itself. So you gotta admire that. The third thing I really love about this TV is the hardware itself. It has a lot of different ports. It has four full-fat HDMI ports. It has component inputs. It has 2 USBs, optical output, everything. It doesn't skimp on ports, and it doesn't play games. Unlike Sony TVs, LG doesn't tell you it has 4 HDMI ports, but only 2 of them really support HDR. So that's really great. If you're a gamer, I get annoyed with all these gaming commenters, because you would think that everyone who buys a TV only buys it to play games, which isn't true at all. And you would think that everyone in the world are gamers, which again isn't true. And LG OLEDs are horrible for games, which absolutely isn't true. I mean, yes, again, burn-in is a real concern, but it's overblown. And if you don't have burn-in on your TV, then LG OLED TVs are brilliant for gaming because you have low input lag at 20 milliseconds per game. And if you need it any lower than that, then I don't know what to tell you, because not everyone are professional gamers. If you're a professional gamer who games 24/7 a day and that's all you do, then an LG OLED TV isn't for you. But if you're a normal, sane person like me who has a life and works for a living, you probably don't have time to play games every single day for 8 or 9 hours a day. And I game like once every couple of weeks for a few hours a day. Lately, I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty, and I've never had an issue with image retention or anything when I game. Again, I've had burn-in on this specific TV. I feel like I have to say that every 5 minutes just so that I don't have to hear from assholes in my comments saying, but burn-in, and you had burn-in, and blah, 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 blah. Shut the F up. So anyway, the TV does a brilliant job upscaling and makes everything look gorgeous. So that's why I really do love LG TVs for gaming. I had a Nintendo Switch, and every game I played just looked absolutely stunning. It popped. It was a brilliant picture. I just absolutely love playing games on this TV. And there was an issue last year where LG released a patch that automatically dimmed down the HDR game mode too much. That issue has been fixed with the recent patch, and now again, gaming looks absolutely brilliant and vibrant on this TV. So I have no complaints, and I never understood that complaint anyway, because the simple fact of the matter is, game modes. The only thing game modes do really is just deactivate a lot of the automatic picture processing to make things faster. And you could have done, and users always had the ability to do that, because in HDR mode you have like 5 or 6 different presets you could choose from. You didn't have to pick game mode. You could have picked any of the other settings, set your picture settings, and turn off your processing, and you would have had the same effect as regular game mode. So the fact that everyone turned that in such a huge deal last year just strikes me as stupid. And we're at the 10-minute mark. I'm going to go for 5 more minutes to talk about the other 4 things. So a few things I really like about this TV and why you should buy it. Other thing is price. When the TV first came out, when OLED TVs first came out, they were ridiculously expensive. They were over $2,500 for a 55-inch TV. This year, when the C8 came out, it was still really expensive. It was like $2,200, $2,400 for a 55-inch TV, but it dropped in price really quickly. So it dropped in price in about 4 months' time. So now you can pick up a C8 for about $1,700, a 55-inch C8 for $1,700, and you can pick up the B7, C7, the B7 or C7. The 2017 models, this is the B7. You can pick these TVs up now for about $1,400. You can't beat that price, really, especially when you consider Samsung TVs are outrageously overpriced. The Q8, 55-inch Q8 is $1,800. $1,800 for a 55-inch TV. And I think the Sony 900E, 900F 55 inch is now going for $1,200, which isn't that bad, but when it first came out, it was like $1,600 for a TV that only has 2 proper HDMI inputs. Come on, that's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous price to pay for those 2 TVs. I'm hoping, and Samsung TVs don't even support Dolby Vision. And I'm going to talk about my problems with LCD TVs in another video, because I'm going to be that one idiot who finally does a video telling the truth about LCD TVs and telling you why you shouldn't buy it and why LCD TVs aren't the greatest thing in the world. I mean, I love I like both TV technologies, and I'm not stupid enough to say all LCD TVs are bad and all OLEDs are bad. Each TV has its strengths and weaknesses. The other thing is people complain about ABL, which is automatic brightness limiter, and basically what that does is if the TV gets too bright, it automatically dims it down or something. But honestly, I have never ever noticed that with any OLED TV I've owned. I know it's there because people keep harping on it, but personally, through my own eyes, I've never once noticed it, and it's never once impacted me. I do think the TV gets a little too dark sometimes, and that's normally when I'm watching standard content. And normally that's just because of how the show is shot. That has nothing really to do with the TV itself. If you're watching a dark show and it gets really dark, then that's the problem of the show. It's not the TV. And if you watch that same content on a LCD TV, it's not going to magically be better. I have a TCL in my bedroom that I'm really loving right now, and I've tested this when I watch a. And I think some regular TV, over-the-air shows are really dark. But when you go home, when I compare it to both sets, I don't think either TV is crushing darks or anything. It's just a dark TV. So don't believe the haters when they constantly harp on ABL and the TV being dark. How many nits do you really need? The LG OLED TV gets up to 800 nits on there. 800 nits, whatever the hell that even means, really, in real world watching. In real world watching, this TV gets plenty bright. And I'm sorry, but the people who keep harping on nits and their Samsung 3000 net TVs, I bet you $1 million they don't have their TVs turned all the way up where they can view all 4,000 nits. I bet you they had those TVs turned down because most normal people can't view content that's at 3,000 nits without it eventually killing your eyes or something. And it looks like someone just shined a flashlight on those on those pictures. So again, I'm going to talk about LCD TVs later. But for me, TV looks bright enough to me. It looks bright enough to me in all different lighting situations. And I'm not in like some retail store or a place where I have like windows and everything with the sun blasting in all day. I mean, my TV, I get a normal amount of sun into my apartment sometimes, and I've never once thought, oh my God, I wish this TV was so much. Well, sometimes I do wish it was a little bit brighter just because I would like to see what the difference is, but it doesn't bother me at all. So again, I think the TV gets bright enough for most normal people. It's finally reasonably priced. I think the audio is fantastic on this TV. And finally, WebOS. WebOS is probably one of my favorite. It's my favorite OS. I'm really digging the Roku OS on my TCL right now, but the difference between the two platforms is night and day. Because for one, I like the fact that I could hit the home button and all my apps would show up right here in this little tray, and I could still continue to watch what I want to watch. And it also has the standard apps that I would want to watch that I use. So it has YouTube with 4K HDR, it has Netflix with Dolby Vision, Prime Video, which whatever HDR format they use, Hulu, no HDR, Vudu supports Dolby Vision HDR. It has my Plex, it has my YouTube TV, Stars, Sling TV, and Google Play. What more do you need? Do I really need 50 different apps? Yes. I mean, I do wish the Play Store wasn't so limited because there are some key apps that I'm missing, like BBC America, Discovery ID, Oxygen. Those are the other apps that I watch. And